What's going on, you guys? It's Lincoln here. Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a week in the life of my Robinhood account. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to be selling options for a week. I'm going to take you guys along. There's going to be a few screen recordings on my phone, so let's go ahead and jump into it. It is Friday. We're a few hours before market close. As you can see, the account is up big this week. But before we actually jump into these trades, there are two options laws that guide all of my decision making around options trading, and that leads into one rule. So let me jump into my whiteboard real quick and explain these couple of laws. Sorry for the very crude illustrations. I'm using one of those pens that the bank gives you that has a little rubber thing on the end that nobody actually ever uses besides me. Okay, so number one, the at the money bell curve. So if you guys don't know, this is kind of what bell curves look like. And we'll say this is at the money. And let's say it's $50. Okay, and this is $40. And this is $60. Okay, the y-axis is extrinsic value right here. Very straight line there. Okay, so this law says that the closer to the at the money that you're either buying or selling, both calls and puts, the higher the extrinsic value. Okay, so right in here, I just drew it like that. Right in here is the highest level of extrinsic value. Okay, so we do not want to be buying in here. This is the zone where we sell options. Okay, we do not buy high amounts of extrinsic value. We buy low amounts of extrinsic value. Buy. Okay, so over here for calls, this is deep in the money, and out here is out of the money. So you know I don't buy out of the money calls, so that takes off this zone. So we are going to sell in this range, and we're going to buy in this range, okay? That's law number one, the at the money bell curve. Awesome drawing, huh? All right, give me a second to erase this. Okay, law number two is time decay. So here is our graph, and we're going to say days, and again, the y-axis is extrinsic value. Okay, so you guys know what time decay looks like, right? As time goes on, time decay speeds up. Okay, so it starts off slowly at first in this range. Let's say this is like 180 days, and then 90, and then 60, and then 30. Okay, so out here, time decay is very slow. There's very little time decay. Okay, the extrinsic value is decreasing very slightly. And then it starts to speed up in here, and then it really starts to speed up in here, and then those last 30 days are where you see all of the melting off of extrinsic value. Okay, so same thing, we're going to sell over here, and we're going to be buying over here. So you guys know this. When I combine the at the money bell curve law with the time decay law, you know I'm buying deep in the money leaps, okay? That is why I buy those, okay? And then when I'm selling covered calls and cash secured puts, I'm trying to keep it as close as I can to this range while also selling as close to at the money as I possibly can, okay? I usually sell a bit out of the money because I don't want my shares to get called away, and that is more personal preference than a specific law, and we'll jump into that, okay? So those are the two major laws. So let's jump into a little narration. Here we are on Monday morning, and I go to Max and Solar. This is one of my favorite companies right now to be selling cash secured puts on. It shows a lot of volatility. The premiums are great. Liquidity is pretty solid. So this has been a staple of mine recently. So I switch over to sell put. I'm going to sell for July 16th. Pick that $15 strike. It's going to need $1,500 worth of collateral. And I sell to open one contract and collect 45 cents in premium. So that was a sell to open, received a credit. So here we are on Tuesday, and 3D Systems is up big. I'll recap this a little bit later on in the video, but I did make quite a bit of money on 3D Systems this week. And you can see that it was because of an agreement they signed with Coalplant Biotechnologies. Anyway, I don't really care why it happened. I just know that my cash-secured put that I sold on them last week is now worthless. So you can see there's no bid, and the ask is at $2.20. So I'm going to put in an order at 5 cents and watch what it does to the price of this contract. So now it looks like I'm way down on this contract. It's pricing it at $1.13, basically because it split the bid and the ask, and it's showing the mid price there. So do not freak out, okay? This is a $25 put. It is worthless. 3D Systems is at 36, almost 37 bucks per share. So do not move. 5 cents is more than enough, okay? So if that happens to you, don't freak out. That contract is worthless. So you can see I just showed a screenshot. I sold the $45 strike shortly thereafter. I sold it for July 2nd, $45 strike. I sold it for $1.80, okay? So I received a $180 credit, sold to open a covered call using my deep in the money leaps as collateral. I sold that for $1.80 at the $45 strike, okay? So this is like $8.50 out of the money at this point, expiring in a week and a half. And I collected almost $200 in premium. So if you guys have an opportunity to do that sort of thing, sell covered calls when your stock rallies a bunch, okay? I kind of got lucky with this one, and it reached a peak, but I knew that if 3D Systems hit 45 bucks a share, I'd be perfectly content letting my deep in the money leaps get exercised, basically to cover that short call. So here it is again. I'm trying to buy back that 3D Systems put. I end up getting it today. I don't know if I show that recording or not, but you can see again, splits the bid and the ask. It shows it worth 10 cents. It's not worth that. It's barely even worth 5 cents. I'm just trying to get my collateral back and kind of take some money off the table, take my gains when I get them. Same thing with the Maxon put here. So I'm going to buy to close, pay out a debit to exit that cash secured put position, okay? So that is what I'm doing. 3D Systems, you can see that covered call at the $45 strike I sold has lost a lot of its extrinsic value. And then Friday, I did not really want to close this, but I went ahead and bought to close this covered call, basically just to complete the challenge, make the week's worth of trading look a little bit better, since I did make quite a bit of money on that. And you can see every time I put in an order, the contract rises a little bit in price, okay? So if that happens, do not worry. Like I said, it's splitting the bid and the ask, and that's the price that it shows. So put your limit price in, and then wait for it to get filled, okay? Do not try and chase these prices, especially in Robinhood. Here are the 3 closes. You can see the days and the trades. You can see just a couple of cash secured puts, covered calls. You know I like to keep things simple. You can see here $150 week right there. Not bad considering I only used a few $1,000s in collateral. So these are all excellent ways to trade small accounts. I know there's a lot of information out there on the internet about how to trade small accounts. I hate how much content there is about how to forex your account with one trade. You know, how to give yourself 4-to-1 risk factor and that sort of thing. And people are showing you how you can trade bull put condors and make $100 and only risk 25. You know what? You can also win like millions and millions and millions of dollars in the lottery and only risk $1 or a couple dollars. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, okay? The probabilities just are not in your favor. So take all of those with a hefty grain of salt, maybe a whole cubic foot of salt when you see videos like that. It's hard for me to compete against those videos because of the marketing is just such a scam, but I'm going to try and do it anyway. I'd rather speak the truth to you guys. So yeah, that is it for the trades on the week. We can check out my portfolio real quick. Again, hopefully you guys got some value out of the 2 laws and my 1 rule. Yeah, I never trade an option. I'm not okay with it being exercised. That's the bottom line. You can see that with all the covered calls that I've sold now. If Dropbox rises to 32, I'm fine letting my shares, or I guess my leaps, get called away for that. Same thing with 3D Systems. And then obviously I bought those deep in the money leaps. If these get exercised, I'd be happy to buy shares for these prices. Okay, so the big news in the portfolio of this week was 3D Systems went on an absolute bender. It's still continuing on a bender. You can see it's up 42% in the last week. So that did not hurt my leaps position one bit. You can see here that increased by almost 84%. I'm up pretty big on that guy now. So if I wanted to, I could roll this to a higher leaps. So I could move this up to the $20 strike and basically take a $500 gain, take that money off the table. I'm not going to do that because I already have quite a bit of cash that I don't know what to do with anyway. Waiting for some cash secured puts, waiting for a couple stocks to drop. I've been trading Maxon and SunPower, both solar companies lately. Selling a lot of cash secured puts on those. You guys can see that in the portfolio tracker, which I will link through my website down below. So here are the option sales for the week or for the month of June. You can see just over $500 collected. Not too bad at all, considering I'm only using a few $1,000s worth of collateral. So, like I said, this selling options, you don't have to make it overly complicated. You can see all of these are just covered calls or cash secured puts, primarily cash secured puts, mix in a few covered calls here and there when it makes sense. But yeah, you don't need to overcomplicate things, and you can make pretty darn good money doing it. Okay, so also happening this week, I got back into the black here on my option selling. I finally got these 3 covered calls that really bit me on the butt. More than made up for now. I'm back in the black, so that feels good. Other than that, nothing's new in the portfolio. I didn't buy or sell anything other than the options this week. So I hope you guys appreciated this content. Like I said, I'm never showing you strategies that I don't do myself, so I hope you appreciate the content, the authenticity, the honesty, the transparency, all those good buzzwords. I don't think there's enough of it out there, which is why I started this channel in the first place. So every trade, every strategy that I'm recommending to you guys, I'm actually actively doing them myself. Okay, no bull put iron condor spreads here. Okay, I'm not forexing my money every week. Neither are those clowns who are saying that you can. I'm never going to put a video up on this channel. I'm never going to explain a strategy that I'm not actually using myself. This video hopefully proved that. I hope you guys appreciated the content. Subscribe if you feel content like this. So that's what this channel is all about. I appreciate all the support I've got so far. Please hit the like button if you're feeling generous, and I will see you guys in the next one.